Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of D&D CR Exposed here on YouTube, and we are taking a look at another monster. What do you know, I'm actually back at it for another one. Let's get the business out of the way here. If you like the channel here, if you like the show and what I'm doing here, you can get this tool for yourself. You can get it at my Ko-fi page of ko-fi.com, ko-fi.com/DNDCR Exposed. Link will be in the description for that, where you can get this tool for yourself. You can also see what I'm doing, what I'm working on, which has been a lot of Goblin Slayer Foundry stuff building on and whatnot. I'm building the game system for Goblin Slayer there, which has gotten some, success in the communities and what have you. But anyways, so if you like what you see here, you want to get this tool for yourself, go ahead into my Ko-fi page, grab that. It's totally for free. You can donate if you want. Donations are totally accepted, but not required. So with that, let's jump into the next monster that was requested. The Fire Snake here from the Monster Manual, page 256, I think it was. In any event, we are looking at ourselves at a very basic monster. So let's jump right into this here. Just to warn you guys from last episode, when I was working on the Nagpa, I had a new feature I was working on for the teleporting creatures that can teleport. I had the option checked, and I forgot it was on because I don't have it set for my reset thing. And luckily, it didn't make any difference on the Nagpa. So the Nagpa's still fine. I'll have a update in the video for that. But I just wanted to make people aware if they weren't sure themselves. Just like, oh, here, what do you know? It's actually doing that here. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the Fire Snake. Fire Snake has an AC of 14 with 22 hit points. It is a medium creature. We're going to go ahead and do 5d8. It has the following stats of 12, 14, 11, 7, 10, and 8. Again, you only really need Constitution here. It's the only one that's really important unless you're using the monster attack section, but we're not going to worry about that. Unless I was using maybe third-party monsters, I would probably double-check that. Usually homebrews are the ones I have to be careful with. Okay. Damage vulnerabilities. We only have cold. I'm not worried about cold because normally you would want 3 or more. So we're not going to take into account the cold vulnerability, even though it is potentially a high used damage type. As for damage resistances, we have bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. So that's 3 from non-magical attacks. We will go ahead and throw those in. So we're going to skip that. Let's see here. Damage resistances. We're going to take into account for that, which is great. Damage immunities, we have fire. We only have the one type. I'm not worried about it because if we had 3 or more, then I would say sure, let's jump into that. Next, we have heated body. Creatures that touch the snake or hit it with a melee attack while within 5 feet take 3 points of fire. Technically, it's 3.5 because we have an odd number of d6s. So we're going to go ahead and throw that in here. Let's see here. Heated body, we're going to say 3 points of damage. Generally speaking, in a party of maybe 4, you would maybe have 2. And let's see here, what do I have? Multiply damage times 2 if attacking and standing next to it dealing damage, else damage times 1. So we have to make that decision here, and in theory, for a general build, we would have 1 tank and maybe a support melee, so we can go ahead and multiply that to 2. So we're going to go ahead and pop that to 6. Next, we have a multi-attack where the snake makes 2 attacks, 1 with its bite and 1 with its tail. So we have a pretty straightforward monster here, thank God, because the Nagpa from last time took us forever because of spell casting. Our attack bonus for our multi-attacks here is 3, so we're not going to go ahead and change that. That is the default setting here, and we're going to go ahead and put in the attacks for our monster. So we have, for our first attack, the bite. On a d4 plus 1, we're going to have 3.5 because, like I said, this is an odd number of dice. We are going to go ahead and add in that half damage there. And then a fire damage as well for 3.5, totaling us to 7. And then for our tail attack, we have basically the same thing. So we're just going to go ahead and copy that over. And then our multi-attack is just going to be the attacks times 2. Doesn't really matter which one you pick. And because that's the only thing that our Fire Snake can do this whole round, I'm just going to go ahead and throw that into the concentration, which will fill in for here. And our Fire Snake is dealing 14 points of damage. So our monster here is supposed to be a CR1 expected. And as we can see here, our Fire Snake is indeed a challenge rating 1, which is great to see. So we have a CR1 monster printed, and our results are a CR1 printed. But here's the kicker. It attacks offensively like a CR2, but it has the defenses of a CR1 quarter monster. So it's as strong as what, like an ogre? I think an ogre's a CR2 monster, technically. Let me see here. Ogre on the side. Yes, that is a challenge rating 2. So technically, this thing hits like an ogre, but has the lifespan of a goblin, in theory. That's one of the things about a lot of the monsters in D&D. They hit hard, and they don't last very long. And that's basically the core ideas of D&D. They don't want combat to last very long. They want the combat to be snappy and over with just, very quickly. Just like this video. Hey, we're already about 5 minutes in, and we're done. This is it for this monster. There's nothing else to worry about. So thanks so much for watching. Again, if you like this tool and you want to get it for yourself, check the description below for my Ko-fi link for ko-fi.com/DNDCR exposed, and check out some of the other stuff on here. Thanks so much again. And also, like I said, if you want to put in a suggestion as well, the Google form will be open again, so go ahead and check out the description in below, and you too can submit a monster to be checked by me professionally here on YouTube. All right, thanks guys so much for watching. Oh, also, I forgot one thing here. So this is a monster with non-magical attacks. Let's remove the resistances in case your characters have magical equipment or using magic, and let's see what happens. Yes, our Fire Snake goes from a CR1 to a CR1/2, and this is more probably what you're going to expect from the encounter because it will bypass those resistances. So now let me finish off here and say we have a CR1 with non-magical attacks or a CR1/2 with magical attacks, and you should keep that in mind. You could say, okay, building out an encounter, which I have an encounter builder right here with the tool. You could then, if your characters have magical equipment and magical attacks, you could throw more Fire Snakes at them, giving them more experience if you award experiences, unless you're doing milestones. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, check the links in the description for a whole bunch of other things that I offer and provide for you all, and I will see you in the next video.